As Progressive Women's Movement of South Africa, we are saying no to the xenophobic attacks that have ravaged our country. We are saying as Progressive Women's Movement that we are Africans, we are South Africans, we are the progressive women of the continent, we are the Progressive Women's Movement of South Africa, and we are against the violence that is of a barbaric act against our brothers and sisters, against our mothers, against our fellow South Africans of the continent. And as South Africans, we are saying, not in the name of Progressive Women's Movement of the continent. We are saying, not in the name of progressive South Africans in this country. No to xenophobic attack.
As Gauteng PWMSA, we want to send our condolences to the families that lost loved ones and their countries. We are saying no to xenophobic attacks. It is said that this month of April, where we celebrate our freedom, we find ourselves in this situation. It is said indeed, and I'm sure it's said for Africans, wish that our fellow South Africans, we can unite with our own that are here. People of Africa are our own. We cannot change them for any other thing, and we cannot wish them away. We wish that we can now build South Africa and build the continent of Africa together.
We as young women of Gauteng, we condemn this kind of behavior. It is not acceptable. We urge all women, young, old, and senior citizens of the country to come together and speak in one voice. Voice of humanity, unity, and peace. Africa belongs to all.
Our deepest condolences go out to the families and friends of those who lost their loved ones during the sexist and xenophobic attacks. Xenophobic attacks are nothing more, nothing less than criminal activities that can never be justified. They undermine the cause of freedom. They undermine the liberties that our leaders, heroes, and heroines of Africa fought to protect. Perhaps it is a lesson on social justice that is needed, one that reminds us that it is inequality and poverty that is the true enemy, not our fellow man. Perhaps it is a history lesson that is needed to remind our people that prior to the scramble of Africa and colonial borders, we were united as one as Africans. Perhaps it is a lesson on contemporary economics that explains to the nation that our economies today are interdependent and one does not survive without the other. A wise man once said, "Evil prevails when good men and women fail to act." Let us unite and act against xenophobia. My name is Matapos Kosaka, and this message is brought to you on behalf of the Progressive Women's Movement of South Africa, the Gauteng Young Women's Charter.
I speak as a woman who has been involved in the south of Johannesburg, where we dealt in the past. Because of the absence of leadership at the local level when the xenophobic acts took place in the past, we needed to give some guidance to ordinary people, and therefore women in the Southern Forum area were active in intervention in the crisis that took place in the south, and we thank God Almighty that we didn't have any of that in the south of Johannesburg, and therefore the message is quite clear that we need to honor our diversity and unite in action. As we did in the south, we defined for ourselves how we need to build social cohesion for ourselves, and not just about ourselves but for our communities. We determined who we are and what we stand for. We built on our visions and our hopes for the future because we wanted to know we're holding on to the heritage that has been built for many years, for many decades, for more than a century, for building peace and unity, for being human and understanding and seeing the human being in the other, so that we could move away from ignorance, because ignorance is not bliss. When we are standing and watching for posing of the media Our liberation of our souls, our duties and our responsibilities as active citizens have a duty to be law-abiding within a framework of justice for all.